Happy Monday. I look forward to another productive, safe, God bless week. Um, so this morning I'm going to read from 2 Corinthians 3 2 and 3 that says, "The only letter of recommendation we need is you yourselves. Your lives are a letter written in our hearts. Everyone can read it and recognize our good work among you. Clearly, you are a letter from Christ, showing the result of our ministry among you. This letter is written not with pen and ink, but with the Spirit of the living God. It is carved not on the tables of stone, but on human hearts." And today, I'm grateful for God's word, but I'm grateful for the message, and even more grateful for the messengers. Um, I was speaking last week a lot about you know how people should be able to look at us as Christians and see God. They should be able to like see God in us because of the way that we live, and by our actions and by the things that we do, and by our integrity and just who we are, who we are as a person, who you are when no one is watching. And it's something that I think about a lot, you know, like if I am the person who people see me as, you know what I mean? But then at the same time, I just try my best to live my life for Christ and to just be a good person. And the reason why I stress that is because, okay, so we doing a project. A project was basically brought to my table for me to handle at work, whatever. And I was, in order for me to complete the project, I had to reach out to somebody. And it was funny because there's another friend of mine, because when I get opportunities, I like to give it not only to the most qualified person, but if I have somebody who I know who is qualified to do it, I like to give them the opportunity to prove themselves to do best, like how people have given me opportunities to succeed in life, And when I went to my friend, I went to him because I know he had a connection with this person that, that who I needed to basically help to complete this project. And my friend came back to me and he's like, "Yeah, man, I talked to the person or whatever." But the person tried to describe the old me to him, And my boy was like, "No, boy." He's like, "Boy, this nigga been changed." He's like, "How long you ain't see him?" So the person was like, "Boy, I see him but in 7, 8 years." So my boy basically vouched for me that the person was like, "No, boy." He's like, "Boy, this nigga like on a whole different mindset now." His mind, his head in a whole different place, you know? And it made me smile when my friend was reiterating the story to me, because it wasn't just my head was in the right place. My heart is in the right place, and I let my heart lead my head in the right direction, you know. So it was refreshing not only to see that I didn't have to prove myself to somebody, but somebody else was willing to vouch for me because of the way that they see me living my life now, and that's all God. That is all God, All it was I just drew myself closer to God and God drew himself closer to me, you know. And like what Paul was saying in this particular verse, he said, "Clearly you are a letter from Christ showing the results of our ministry among you." He's saying that clearly, you know what I mean? Because letter was like a letter back then was like their television. It was like their form of communication, but it was also like, how people see or hear the good news, or, how people get information, so to speak, So it's like the letter would like basically tell you everything what's happening someplace else, or it would like just show you like what was going on in different provinces or different cities or whatever. And it's just so important for us to be able to just be that person who somebody could get some sort of motivation out of, but not just motivation, but like by them being able to see that it's possible to change. It's possible for you to be a new person. It's possible for you to grow closer to God and to live with God in your heart. Because we can't go into a lot of situations. It's so easy for us to judge people on who we think they are, as opposed to who they know they are. You know, like, and I just feel as though like I could claim myself to be a perfect example of that. Because if my friend hadn't known me, and he knows me because he's in my men's group, that's really the main reason that he could have vouched for me. Is me and him in the same men's group together, you know. But the opportunity probably wouldn't have been like afforded to me in this instance to help me with this project on work, if he wasn't able to vouch for my integrity, you know. So sometimes like it wouldn't just be like you doing or you being a good person because you trying to prove something to anybody else or whatever, but it has a lot to do with who you prove to be yourself to be and how comfortable you are in your skin, because you never know like who watching from the outside, and you never know what position you may be in where somebody literally have to vouch for you, you know and I'm happy to be in a space of people who I could vouch for, which is another thing important to me, because everyone who's be here every morning, like, you more than faithful. You I look up to a lot of you, and I look up to and I look forward, to hearing what you have to say every morning, and just whatever message that God puts on your heart to bring to us, because a lot of time it has resonated with me personally, whether I say so or not. And sometimes it's be things that I find I need to apply into my life. Sometimes I feel that it's things that need to like things that I need to change or things that I need to help make myself better. But at the end of the day, like, people is be watching and people is be learning, so continue to do what we do. Continue to be the people of integrity that you are, because you never know who watching from the outside, and you never know who have to vouch for you one day. And I'm Kerry, and I relinquish my mic.